I'm Jimmy from Superpath. I'm here today with Michael Thomas, founder of Campfire Labs. Michael, how are you?
I'm doing good. Thanks for chatting today.
Yeah. I would love maybe could we just start Campfire? Tell us a little bit about the company, like who's Campfire, what is Campfire, what do you all do?
Yeah, absolutely. So I usually like to tell with a story. We're all about storytelling. So for the quick one-liners, we're content marketing for B2B companies. We really take a lens with like journalistic kind of practice and process. So I used to write for magazines like The Atlantic and Fast Company. And what I really loved about that style of writing was it was all focused on people and their stories. And I have done some marketing and tech in the past as well, and found that marketers tend to not tell stories very well. They kind of they tell instead of showing through story, and a lot of marketing is just really bad out there. And so I started Campfire Labs with the idea of bringing that literary journalistic style to content marketing. And so the idea is that all of our writers are trained in a journalism style, so really deep research, interviewing people and experts rather than just kind of coming up with puff pieces, and then writing in a way that's very much focused on people and what they're doing as a way to express an idea. And so we've been able to attract some really great customers. We work with Stripe, Dropbox, Asana, Notion, Abstract, about 24 other really great brands.
Man,
And
that's awesome.
yeah, that's I think the thing that our team really loves the most is we just work with amazing customers and really love working with them all. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. We get to work on a broad set of projects, not just marketing the same thing every day,
Right.
but not burnout culture of agencies and not like churn and burn style. So we've been able to create a cool culture as well.
That's cool. That's awesome. I would encourage people to go to your site, campfirelabs.co, and click on the customers tab and just see what it looks like. I mean, honestly, I was like super impressed when I went and looked not just at the logos there, but at the work that you guys are doing. It's
Yeah,
really good.
thanks.
Um, I assume you're hiring people remotely, but it's always good to clarify that up front.
Yeah, the way I describe it is we were remote before it was cool. Before Corona sent us all home. Yeah, we're remote first and have folks in Glasgow, and then two in Toronto, Canada. My fiance told me before this, we were just eating lunch. She said, "Mention the Canadians. Everyone loves Canadians." So
Oh,
we've
that's
got
funny.
Canadians on our team.
Nice. That's a huge
Yeah,
selling point. Also, Toronto, I don't have data to support this, but Toronto seems to be becoming a content hub. There's
yeah,
so many people in the Superpath community from Toronto that have high level content marketing jobs. I think
yeah,
maybe Shopify has influenced that. I know there's
yeah.
other, big tech companies based there, but like it used to be
Yeah.
all Boston and now it seems like it's all Toronto.
Yeah, I think also to throw a shout out to Cassandra Jowett in Toronto. She has built this incredible content marketers community there. And I had a call with her last week, and she's just like so intentional, so thoughtful, and sharp on the topic of content marketing. So I think she's a big part of that.
Oh, nice. Okay, I got to check that out. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Can we chat about culture for a minute? I mean, I feel like culture is, it's a little bit of a squishy word. Like, what does it
Yeah.
mean to you? Like, what kind of culture are you building at Campfire? And then like kind of like very like practically, like how does it play out?
Absolutely. So we're really intentional about our culture. We are trying to create a culture that is really built on like kindness and empathy first. I think that in work, sometimes we forget that we're working with other humans, and that's like another human being with a full, rich life at home that you're talking to and working alongside. And so I think the way that that kind of plays out is we're always kind to each other and listen, no interrupting someone or like not, are we allowed to curse on these
Sure.
videos?
Yeah.
So no asshole culture.
Yeah.
And then also just in the way that we think about well-being on the team. So as we think about working with each other, if we're sending a Slack message, we're thoughtful about what time of day it is and how that might impact somebody. And we've got a couple parents on the team, and so making sure that the work can kind of work around their schedule so that they can be parents first and still really prioritize their kids. And then we also are really driven by performance. So we want to do really great work. We want to grow every day. I think personal growth is a huge part of our culture, where we're all always kind of pushing each other and trying to help each other grow. And then I think honest and open communication is the last part that I'd mentioned, where we try to be really candid with each other from first that place of kindness, and we do it because we know that it can help all of us grow. And so I try to lead with that by example, where I'm always looking for feedback, always trying to be self-aware about my own shortcomings or where I can grow, and encourage my team to do that as well.
That's cool. That's cool. I appreciate how thoughtful you've been about that. And just a quick kind of side note on the kindness thing, like we actually included that in our community guidelines for our community. And when you just say it up front, people get behind it. You know what I mean? It's like something about just making it explicit, like that this is a safe place. Like we're all going to be nice to each other here. Like everyone kind of like can rally around that. So anyways, well, cool. So you have a couple jobs that you're hiring for. Why don't we dive into those? Let's jump into the staff writer role. Can you just kind of tell us, like at a high level, what this role is all about?
Absolutely. So we're kind of building this company that is maybe more like a journalistic team, and we're a team of a lot of former journalists. So that's why we call it staff writer, not a content marketing manager or content creator. It's really about writing and storytelling. So just kind of describing one of our other staff writers, what their day-to-day looks like. It's a lot of research and like just like reading and learning about things online, kind of like going down the rabbit hole. I know I'm somebody, when I'm writing, I really love just like reading these unique stories and finding interesting hooks. And then oftentimes there's an element of interviews and kind of talking to experts in an industry that is in that. And some of those interviews are really cool too. Like we interviewed Cal Newport on deep work for our customer Dropbox. We interview folks on Camille Ricketts' team at Notion. We have interviewed just these people that are like so unique. It's not just like some boring IT manager at a big tech company or something.
Right.
And then there's a lot of writing, and with some of the ideas that we got from Cal Newport from that interview and conversation, we really try to give space to do great work. So it's not like churn and burn style agency. I think a lot of people are hesitant to work for an agency, which I totally understand, but we're trying to build the anti-agency where people can do really great work and almost get the benefits of working for one of these great brands like a Stripe or an Asana or Dropbox, but have the diversity of different ideas and types of writing. So you're working with one of these amazing brands and teams one day, and then a couple days later working with another. And from just the experience of our writers so far, I think that they like that. And so it's a lot of learning, asking people questions, and then a lot of space for deep work and writing.
That's cool. I like that you called that out, because like that is always the thing, is like for writing roles, like, do I actually have time to do it? Because if I do, then I can do great work. But if you tell me, we need you to write, but also you have 6 meetings a day and have all these other expectations, it's just not going to happen.
And the other thing I'll just throw in there as well that I think is a real benefit is often I think I've had an experience in writing and working with editors where I don't actually get editing or feedback, so I don't grow as a writer. But one of the things I loved when I wrote for The Atlantic or Fast Company is I just got this incredible feedback that made me a better writer and improved my craft. And so we take that idea of the newsroom where the editor is coaching and training and improving. So if you want to kind of step up your writing and get great coaching and development, that's like a huge part of our culture as well.
That's cool. That's really interesting. I actually just wrote an article about editing for our pro members today. And one of the things I called out was that like editing is good when it's coaching, and editing is not good when it's just the editor telling the writer how they would do it.
Totally. And that's the thing that our editor is really mindful of, is never taking away someone's voice, because that's what makes the writing unique. And so it's just coaching and helping them improve on their own voice.
Yeah. So as you're reviewing writing samples, like, are you looking for bylines at well-known publications, or are you looking more just like the quality of the work, or
Yeah.
both, and or something else?
Yeah, I think you now had to hear me say this 3 times. I'm a broken record, but we never want experience to be a barrier
Mhm.
for folks that are traditionally overlooked or not getting responses in a job application process. So if you can write a good cover letter that resonates, I don't even care if you've had a byline. If that cover letter tells me a story and makes me feel something, like
Mm.
tell me a story of why you are interested in content marketing or how you learned something, or tell me a story of uh, how you got into college or why you didn't go to college or something like that. And that's going to be something that's going to spark a first conversation. But then, yeah, I think the examples of work at a place where you can show that you can tell a great story are really great. We work with a lot of former journalists, so those are for folks that do have bylines, or folks that have worked with great brands like the Buffers of the world or the Wistias. But again, we never want that to be intimidating or make someone who might be a little hesitant to apply for the role not apply, since we do think that there's a huge value to bringing on folks that are traditionally overlooked and
Yeah.
helping them, coaching them, and developing them. So if you're passionate about personal growth and improving your craft, like we would love to talk to you.
Cool. I love it. For folks interested, buttons below to the side, go apply, reach out in Slack if you want to chat about it with Michael. Hit me up too. Like if anyone like wants to get a little feedback on a cover letter, hit me up. I would love to take a look and give you some pointers before you pass it on. Michael, appreciate your time. Thank you.